You are missing out on your life, and this is something that we need to stop right now. Welcome back! I just want you to think about how many times you said no to plans because you were unconfident in the way you looked and the way you felt. And think about all of the memories that you've missed out on because you weren't feeling comfortable in your own skin. I know this is something that can really get you down. I've been there. Thinking about this, thinking about the regret that you have is not a pleasant thing to do, but it's something that we need to address and to realize that we're doing, because in that moment, it just seems like one night with your friends, and it seems like a couple hours that you might have missed out on. But over time, over the years, those couple hours add up to so many memories that you might have missed out on, and that is not a way that we want to live our lives. And what I've learned and what I've realized is that missing out on those events is more important than how you feel about yourself in that moment. There's been nights where I've gone out and I haven't felt good about myself, but I just went with running shorts and a long sleeve shirt, and I ended up having the best time. It wasn't about how I looked. Nobody cared how I looked. I didn't care how anybody else looked, and I made memories that'll last me a lifetime, that when I look back, I don't think about how I felt or what I was wearing. I think about what I did and how much fun that I had. A little example of this is I went to like an end of the school year party my first year of college, and I was feeling really not great about myself. Basketball season was coming to an end. I just felt kind of heavy. And I went out in, I think it was like black shorts that I hated. I hated them. I got rid of them, but that's besides the point. And a cropped t-shirt. And all my friends were kind of like, oh my gosh, I want to look so nice, which is great. But that's just not where I was in that time. And instead of saying no and not going, I just wore something comfortable because I knew I wanted to have fun. And it was hot as hell that day. And I was just so much more comfortable. And since I was comfortable, I was just more myself. I was more outgoing. And I had such a great time. Maybe I'll input like a little video here or just some pictures so you can see. Also, I don't drink or anything, so I'm completely sober in all of this, just so you know. But yeah, I had such a great night. I had such a great time, and I would have regretted not having those memories. I wouldn't have even really known what I was missing out on. You are not going to remember just laying in your bed for hours. You're going to remember laughing and having a really great time, and that does not have to be going out. Like, that's not really a lifestyle that I fully connect with. I do like to do that every once in a while. It could just even be like going out to dinner or having a picnic, going to the park, going for a walk. If you are more apt to say no to those things, then I feel like that's something that we need to change, because eventually 30 years is going to pass and you're going to look back and be like, what did I really do? What did I actually do that I remember and that is memorable and stands out and just makes me feel alive in my heart? And although it is not how we look that really prevents us from doing these things, sometimes it seems like it. Deep down, confidence comes from the way you live. If you're not taking care of yourself, that is really going to hinder your confidence. And that is something that is going to fuel these negative thoughts about yourself, these negative feelings that you might have. A lot of times I would say no because I just didn't feel ready. I was in my pajamas. I had not worked out that day, maybe a few days before. I just felt really gross. That made me a lot less likely to say, oh yeah, like I would love to go hang out with you, just because I was kind of feeling down in the dumps about myself. So where this all stems from is the way we're taking care of ourselves and the way that our habits are fueling the way that we want to live. And so what we need to do is we need to make being healthy a priority, because for a lot of people, their health is what's standing in the way of them living their lives, because maybe it's just gone too far. Maybe somebody has an illness that maybe can be healed down the road through healthy habits and changing the way that they live. I just want this to be a message to you that you can do it. You can change your life. You can change the way you're living, and in turn, you can change the quality of the memories that you have to look back on when you're older. I want you to realize that this can be an option for you. This can be the way that you live your life, and I don't want that to make you feel worse about where you're at right now. I want that to excite you and motivate you to make these changes, because this is a possibility for you. This is going to be your reality if you make these little changes right now, because they are going to add up over time. Before you know it, you're going to be living a completely different life than you were before. If you want to hear more about this topic, or you're interested in changing your fitness mindset or the way that you perceive your life, I want you to watch this video over here. I made a longer video about this topic, and there's also some other tidbits of information and motivation in there as well. And I hope you give it a watch. I really think it has the potential to change the way you think about some of these topics and some of the perceptions that you might have when it comes to being healthy. I want you to remember you can do anything. You can do anything you put your mind to, and you are capable of making the changes that you want to make. I love you so much. You are cared for, and I hope you have the best day.